Ladies and gentlemen, let me be absolutely clear. Your dreams, your ambitions, your goals, they're not just fantasies. They're not distant hopes or idle daydreams that you casually think about when you're bored. No, they're the things you are supposed to achieve. You don't get to sit around waiting for them to happen. You don't get to coast through life hoping some cosmic force will deliver them to you. You take them, you dominate them. But before you even get close to reaching your goals, there's something even more critical that you must build: unstoppable momentum. Without it, your goals remain as distant as the stars. With it, nothing will stand in your way. Let's break down how you get that momentum and how you keep it building until nothing short of your own willpower is what stops you. You must commit to action, not just planning. You've got to get one thing straight. All those books, all those seminars, all those theories, they're worthless unless you take action. Most people spend their entire lives planning, theorizing, and trying to perfect every step before moving. That's a fool's game. You can't afford to be perfect, and you can't afford to wait for the perfect moment. I've seen countless so-called high achievers spend more time writing business plans than executing them. They're stuck in the planning phase, their energy drained by the illusion of preparation. You want momentum? You need to act now, with conviction, with force. Forget being perfect, be aggressive, be decisive. If you wait for the stars to align, you'll miss the train. Start building momentum by taking immediate action, no matter how small the step. This is how you shift from being a dreamer to a doer. Success doesn't come to those who ponder the best path. It comes to those who take it. Every step you take, every action you execute creates forward movement. And that movement compounds. When you take action, you learn, you adjust, you improve. But most importantly, you keep moving. The moment you stop moving, you begin to lose momentum. Inaction is death. No momentum can ever be created when you're stuck in the mud of planning. So commit yourself to action. Don't wait until you feel like it. Don't wait until it's the perfect time. Because guess what? The perfect time is now. It's always now. Your actions today determine where you are tomorrow. Action leads to results, but the most important result of action is momentum. You begin to build confidence. You start seeing things happen. The first successful meeting, the first customer acquisition, the first breakthrough, it all becomes a cycle. Action breeds success. Success breeds confidence, and confidence propels you forward with unstoppable force. The more actions you take, the more steps you're able to take, but it starts with that first step. You don't wait for permission, and you don't wait for perfection. You don't need permission from anyone. The world doesn't owe you anything, and it's certainly not going to wait for you to perfect your plan before giving you opportunities. Opportunities are seized by those who take action, not by those who sit in a room contemplating and strategizing. Momentum only comes when you jump into the arena, not when you watch from the sidelines. If you want to be the person who makes things happen, it's time to move your ass. The more action you take, the more momentum you create. Momentum works like a snowball. At first it's small, but the more you push, the bigger it gets. But this momentum only happens if you consistently act. You don't take one action and expect the universe to deliver results. You take hundreds of actions, thousands of actions. The more actions you take, the more results you'll get. And the more results you get, the faster momentum builds. You might be scared, you might feel uncertain. Good. That means you're doing it right. Fear is a sign that you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Let it fuel you. Let it drive you. Momentum won't come from comfort, it will come from discomfort, from doing things that scare you, from doing things that feel impossible. Take action now and start building the momentum that will make all your goals inevitable. Relentless focus on results, not effort. You can't build unstoppable momentum by focusing on effort. Effort doesn't matter if it doesn't lead to results. Too many people get caught up in the process, in the motions, but they never focus on what actually matters, the outcome. You're not here to just work hard, you're here to produce results, to achieve goals. If you're not focusing on results, you're wasting your time, your energy, and your precious momentum. Momentum doesn't care how hard you work. It cares about whether you're moving toward your goal or away from it. Focus relentlessly on results. Effort is a vague concept. What is effort, really? It's putting in time, it's showing up. But results are specific. Results are measurable. Results don't lie. You can work yourself to the bone day after day, but if you're not focusing on achieving measurable results, you're just spinning your wheels. And spinning your wheels creates no momentum. You need to move forward, and you need to see that progress. If you're not achieving results, you need to adjust your actions. Momentum requires results. And you can't get momentum by being busy for the sake of being busy. Get rid of the excuses. The old saying, I worked hard, but isn't good enough. Effort doesn't matter if it doesn't move you closer to your goal. There's no prize for working hard with no results. And there's no point in celebrating effort if the results aren't there. You need to set clear, measurable objectives, and you need to track them relentlessly. When you see results, your momentum will explode. When you're seeing the fruits of your labor, your hunger will grow. And that hunger will push you harder, faster, and further. Be relentless. Results come when you eliminate distractions and stop making excuses. Results come when you stop patting yourself on the back for working hard and start demanding tangible, measurable outcomes. If you're not seeing the results you want, it's time to reevaluate. Keep adjusting until you see the progress you're after. This is how momentum is built. Stop tolerating mediocrity. Stop settling for effort without results. Momentum doesn't care about your feelings. And it certainly doesn't care if you're trying hard. Momentum responds to results, period. If you want to build momentum, focus on getting results, not just putting in effort. Don't confuse activity with progress. When you focus on results, you create a feedback loop. You see what works, you refine it, and you move forward faster. If your results aren't where they need to be, don't get discouraged. Instead, use that feedback to improve, to adapt, and to push harder. The relentless pursuit of results will drive your momentum forward. Use obstacles to fuel your drive, not slow you down. You'll face obstacles, you'll face resistance, and the weak will crumble. The ones who are not committed to their goals will quit because obstacles are uncomfortable. But let me tell you something. Obstacles are your fuel. They're not barriers, they're not walls. They're the fire that will make your momentum even stronger. When you face challenges, you don't stop. You push harder. You turn that adversity into energy, and you keep moving forward. Obstacles are a gift if you know how to use them. They are opportunities to prove to yourself that you won't back down. Most people see obstacles as signs to stop, but if you stop every time you face resistance, you'll never achieve anything worth achieving. Momentum is built when you don't let obstacles control you. You control the obstacle. Every time you push through an obstacle, your momentum grows. You gain strength. You build resilience. You show yourself what you're capable of, and the more you do this, the more momentum you generate. The most successful people I know have faced some of the biggest obstacles you can imagine. They didn't stop. They didn't throw in the towel. They leaned into the resistance. used it to fuel their fire, and kept going. You want momentum? Then you need to start seeing obstacles for what they are. A test of your resolve. Every time you overcome one, you add a brick to the foundation of your unstoppable momentum. If you back down when things get hard, you'll never get anywhere. Momentum isn't something that magically happens when everything is smooth. It happens when you face challenges, push through them, and keep moving forward. The more challenges you face, the more power your momentum will have. It's not just about reaching your goals. It's about how you respond to the struggles along the way. In every failure, there is a lesson. In every setback, there is a teaching moment. Don't waste these moments. Embrace them, learn from them, and use them to push forward. Obstacles are your opportunity to get stronger, to prove to yourself that you won't be beaten no matter what. You're not here to quit. You're here to win. And the more you push through, the more momentum you build. The world is going to try to break you, but the ones who succeed are the ones who refuse to let it. They understand that obstacles aren't signs to give up. They're signs to get tougher. They're signs to dig deeper. Momentum is forged in the furnace of adversity. Don't fear the obstacles. Use them to fuel your unstoppable momentum. Consistency over time is what creates unstoppable momentum. Here's the deal. You can't build momentum with a few bursts of energy followed by long periods of inactivity. That's not how momentum works. Momentum is the product of consistent effort over time. It's the daily grind. It's the everyday actions that slowly build up and eventually give you the force to push forward. You need to be relentless about showing up every single day. The small actions, when done consistently, compound over time, leading to massive results. That's how momentum is created. Not through massive, sporadic efforts, but through consistent daily action. You'll get tired. You'll want to quit. You'll wonder if it's worth it. But let me tell you something. Momentum isn't about feeling great all the time. It's about being consistent no matter how you feel. The best way to get momentum is to make it a non-negotiable part of your routine. You commit to it. You show up every day, no matter what. When you keep showing up, momentum builds on itself. It doesn't need your enthusiasm. It just needs your consistency. The most successful people on earth didn't get there by making a few big moves. They got there by making the right moves every day without fail. Momentum doesn't come from the big wins. It comes from the daily victories, the daily commitments, the daily grind. When you're consistent, your actions accumulate. Each day you push forward is another brick in the wall of unstoppable momentum. You're gonna face days where you don't feel like it. You're gonna face days where you question everything, and that's where most people stop. But those who keep going, even on the bad days, are the ones who ultimately succeed. It's the consistency that keeps your momentum growing. Without it, momentum dies. You see, momentum isn't about going fast all the time. It's about going steady. It's about being relentless with your actions. Momentum requires you to show up and keep going, even when you're tired, even when you don't see immediate results. It's the small, consistent actions that lead to big breakthroughs. Momentum will carry you further than you think as long as you stay consistent. And when you show up every day, even when no one is watching, even when there's no immediate payoff, momentum will start to show up for you. It'll keep propelling you forward faster than you ever imagined. Consistency is the secret. Momentum doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It waits for you to commit every single day. Align your environment with your goals. Your environment. Your surroundings, the people you're around, the space you occupy has a massive impact on your momentum. If you're surrounded by negativity, by people who don't support your dreams, by distractions, you'll never be able to build the momentum you need. You can't build momentum in an environment that doesn't support your success. You need to be deliberate about your environment. The more you align your environment with your goals, the easier it becomes to stay on track, to keep moving forward. You need an environment that pulls you toward your goals, not one that drags you away from them. If you want unstoppable momentum, you need to make sure everything in your life is pushing you toward your goal. You need to eliminate distractions, remove negative influences, and surround yourself with people who push you to be better. If your environment doesn't support your ambition, it'll sabotage your progress. And you can't afford to have anything slow you down. Sometimes that means getting rid of toxic relationships, changing your daily habits, and creating a physical space that inspires you. You have to take control of your environment and turn it into a force that accelerates your momentum. That might mean putting yourself in rooms full of high achievers or getting rid of bad habits that drain your energy. Whatever it takes, make sure your environment is working for you, not against you. The right environment doesn't just help you build momentum, it sustains it. When you're around people who are going places, when you're in spaces that inspire you to be better, your own drive and motivation will grow exponentially. When your environment supports your momentum, you don't have to fight as hard to keep pushing forward. It becomes automatic. Everything around you affects your energy. If your environment is cluttered, chaotic, and disorganized, your mental state will mirror that. But when you create a clean, focused, and supportive environment, your energy will align with your goals. Momentum thrives in an environment that nurtures it. So take a look at your surroundings and ask yourself if they're helping or hindering your progress. Then make the necessary changes. Your environment doesn't just include your physical space, it includes your mindset, your daily routines, and the people you surround yourself with. Create an environment that forces you to level up. Build a space that makes it impossible for you to stay stagnant. When your environment is designed to support your growth, your momentum will not only be unstoppable, it will be inevitable. Never let failure define you, let it refine you. You're going to fail. And if you're not pushing hard enough. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is how they handle failure. Failure isn't a signal to stop, it's a signal to get better, to refine your strategy. If you're not failing, you're not taking enough risks. The most successful people embrace failure because they understand that each failure brings them closer to their success. Failure is part of the journey, part of building momentum. The key is never to let failure stop you. It's to let it fuel you. When you fail, you don't retreat. You don't let failure define you. You use it to fuel your hunger. You analyze what went wrong, adjust, and move forward with greater intensity. Failure only slows you down if you let it. But if you learn from it, if you use it to grow, it will propel you forward. Momentum comes when you use failure as feedback, not as a reason to quit. Those who build unstoppable momentum understand that failure is just another part of the process. They don't fear it, they embrace it. Every time they fail, they learn, they grow, and they come back stronger. Momentum doesn't stop when you fail. It accelerates when you fail and keep moving. If you've never failed, you've never pushed hard enough. Failure is a sign that you're on the right path. The fear of failure is the enemy of momentum. Don't let the fear of failure keep you from taking risks, from pushing forward. You'll never build momentum by playing it safe. You'll never build momentum by avoiding failure. You build momentum by embracing failure, learning from it, and using it as the fuel to keep charging forward. Momentum is a reflection of your resilience. Every failure is a test. It's a test of whether you're committed to your goals, whether you're serious about your ambition. If you let failure stop you, you'll never build momentum. But if you use failure to refine your approach, you'll only increase your speed and strength. Don't fear failure. Embrace it. Because every time you do, you get closer to unstoppable momentum. So fail. Fail often. Fail intelligently. Use each failure as a stepping stone to success. The more you fail, the closer you get to where you want to be. The secret to unstoppable momentum is not in avoiding failure, it's in using it to propel yourself to even greater heights. Keep the long-term vision in focus while mastering the present. One of the biggest mistakes people make is focusing so much on the long-term goal that they forget to take action in the present. You have to have a vision. You have to know where you're going. But you can't just sit there and wait for it to happen. You've got to break it down into manageable, bite-sized steps. Keep your long-term vision crystal clear in your mind at all times. But master the present. The present is where momentum is created. The long-term goal is your guide, but it's the actions you take now that create the momentum to get there. So balance both. Keep your eyes on the future, but pour everything into the present. Success isn't achieved in a single moment. It's achieved in hundreds, thousands of small actions that accumulate over time. But without the long-term vision, you'll get lost in the noise of daily tasks. On the flip side, without focus on the present, your long-term goals will always remain out of reach. Get the balance right, and the momentum you generate will make your success inevitable. The momentum doesn't happen overnight, but it can happen consistently over time if you combine a clear, strong vision with relentless execution in the present. Don't allow distractions to cloud your focus. Don't let the weight of the future overwhelm you. Keep your eyes on the goal, but give 100% to the present moment. That's where the magic happens. That's where momentum is born. Adopt a winning mindset and never settle for less. The foundation of unstoppable momentum is a winning mindset. You need to adopt the belief that you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. If you don't believe you're capable of success, you'll never build the kind of momentum required to reach your goals. The mind is a powerful tool, and if you constantly feed it negativity, fear, or doubt, it will hold you back. But if you fill your mind with the belief that success is inevitable, it will propel you forward with unstoppable force. Momentum starts in your mind. When you change your thinking, you change your actions, and when you change your actions, you build momentum. The key to a winning mindset is resilience. You're going to face setbacks, failures, and challenges along the way, but you cannot afford to be derailed. Winners don't give up when they face difficulty. They see difficulty as an opportunity to prove themselves. They see setbacks as lessons. You need to train your mind to embrace challenges as opportunities to grow and expand your potential. A winning mindset keeps you focused, even when things aren't going as planned. It gives you the mental toughness to continue pushing forward when others would have quit. When you embrace a winning mindset, mediocrity becomes unacceptable. You stop settling for average. You stop tolerating excuses. You stop accepting anything less than the best from yourself. If you're not giving everything you've got, you'll never build the kind of momentum that leads to greatness. Winners go all in. They push harder, they fight for their goals, and they never settle for anything less than success. Momentum comes from your ability to push past challenges and stay focused on the outcome. But a winning mindset gives you the mental fortitude to keep going no matter how difficult things get. When you believe in your potential, when you believe that success is inevitable, you take bold actions. Those actions compound and you start building momentum. The more you believe in your ability to win, the faster your momentum grows. A winning mindset doesn't just affect your ability to move forward. It affects how you perceive setbacks, failures, and obstacles. You will fail, but with a winning mindset, failure becomes nothing more than a pit stop. It's a learning experience. And that belief in your own ability to overcome challenges fuels the momentum that propels you toward your goals. Remember, nothing worthwhile ever comes easily. But with a mindset that refuses to settle for anything less than greatness, you'll find the strength to push through the inevitable setbacks, and your momentum will make success inevitable. The power of unstoppable momentum. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to reach the heights of success, it's not about having the perfect plan, the best resources, or the most talent. It's about building unstoppable momentum. Momentum is what pushes you when you don't feel like it. Momentum is what carries you through failure, through obstacles, and through setbacks. Momentum is what makes success inevitable. To build momentum, you need to commit to action. You need to focus on results, not effort. You need to embrace failure as part of the process. You need to be consistent, disciplined, and surround yourself with the right environment and people. You need to hold yourself accountable, adopt a winning mindset, and never settle for anything less than success. When you build unstoppable momentum, your goals aren't just dreams. They become your reality, and no one can stop you. Because momentum doesn't just push you toward success, it makes success inevitable.